gentlemen, and welcome to historic Manning Stadium.
Good evening and welcome to Manning Field for Northeastern Conference Girls Soccer, as I like to say, Thanksgiving in October, English and classical. The senior night here at Manning Field.
Angie Galiosakis and her mom, Valerie.
Also got a lot of people that are injured.
Next senior, number 25, Alex Shaw, and her mom, Lisa, and her dad, Steve.
Some are coming injured reserve. English has got gifts for the classical seniors.
Next, number 9, Shannon Dunnigan.
Shannon Dunnigan.
Her family, Liz, Glenn, Colin, and Allie.
With the Dunnigan family. Thanks gestured by English to give out gift
Number
back.
5, Kenzie Shea.
Mackenzie Shea, pretty good softball player.
Sarah, Evan, Jay,
She brought the neighborhood.
Brady, and Kaylee.
Mackenzie Shea's got a bodyguard troop with her. She had everybody in her neighborhood here showing up for her senior night. All her relatives, very big family. Well represented here. The Shea family. Billy Devon, the AD of classical, doing the announcing.
Number 8, Izzy McGahee.
Izzy McGahee.
And her family, Laura.
She's got a pretty good sized family as well. Izzy, great kid. We've become very good friends. And she's looking to give somebody else a shake.
Number 7, Chloe Hebrew.
Chloe Kebrew, very good athlete.
Her mom and sister, Audra and Mia.
Very good athlete. She's the last of the seniors for this classical team. They've had a rough year. They've had a lot of people sitting down with injuries, which meant they had to move people around and play different positions that they don't normally play, and it's cost them dearly. Anna Flaherty has come on to be the goaltender after Alexandra Show got injured, and she's done a terrific job for Classical. They only have one win. They've got 4 ties, but they played well. They haven't been crunched in any games. They've been competitive, but it's hard when you got people sitting on the bench.
One last time for the Lynn Classical Lady Rams seniors. Thank you.
It's a very tough time, especially when you got very good players sitting out. At one point, they had 5 or 6 of their best players on the bench not playing, and that put people in a game that were playing a lot more minutes than they would normally play, and other players playing positions that they normally would be playing in. So it's senior night here. They introduced the seniors. We'll be right back with the start of the soccer game. We're underway with Classical in their green and gold, English in the white. Just as a reminder that Angie Galasakis was the team manager, the first one out. Alex Show was the goaltender that was hurt. Then we had Shannon Dunnigan, Mackenzie Shea, Izzy McGaughy, Chloe Kebrew. Outstanding young ladies. Very good friends, terrific young ladies. And again, as I always say, I wish everybody knew these kids the way I know them. So as I always say, Thanksgiving in October, because anytime you have these two teams playing, it's like Thanksgiving. They know each other well. They play against each other in other sports. Some of them are probably very good friends. Zayas gets the kick, and she got too much foot, knocked it up over the net, and out of play. So the bragging rights for these young ladies are on the line right now. Because they tied the first game 0-0. And it's getting near the end of the career. English has one more game on Wednesday night here, and it will be the last game and the last home game for Coach Ed McNeil. Long career, outstanding gentleman. And the strange turn of events is that he runs a terrific youth soccer camp. And he has a lot of very good players. And when it comes time to go to school, most of them do not go to English. So he winds up with, over the years, some very inexperienced teams, playing in a very tough league with Peabody and Danvers and Beverly and Swampscott. He's got a very good player in Melissa Zayas, who could play for anybody. She does the bulk of the scoring. He's got a very good athlete this year with Juliana Perry, who's a very good softball player as well, and a basketball player. Alicia Newson is in net for English, and Flaherty for Classical. We mentioned Flaherty took over for Show and has done a very good job. It's not deep English gets there first. That was Rapley getting there and knocking away and knocking it out. Correnti will take the throw in. And right down to the wire. Glasgow's wearing those green and gold shirts that you can't make out the numbers. The first game, St. Mary's girls came from behind, scored on a penalty kick to win 3-2 after Eliza Brown, the goaltender, made a great save on a penalty kick for Williams. And you can't get much better than English Glasgow boys. English looking to make it 2 in a row over Glasgow. They were leading 1-0. There were about 20 seconds left in the game. Zayas made a nice little shift, but then the ball got knocked away. With about 20 seconds left, Glasgow got a free kick. Soto hit a line shot to the net, and somebody out in front got a head on it and knocked it in, and Glasgow wound up with a tie, 1-1. Outstanding game, and a finish for Glasgow with just about 15 or 20 seconds left, because they brought the ball back upfield, put the ball in play, and as soon as they did, they blew the whistle for the end of the game. So disappointment for the Bulldogs, looking to make it 2 in a row, but they get the tie and they're still undefeated. Their only blemish are 2 ties, the one tonight and the one in the Lynn City tournament. And I have to say, another blemish on the MIAA. I just learned the Paul Duchesne term. He was a tremendous coach. Lynn teams, North Shore teams, for many years. For many, many years, the Duchesne tournament basketball has started out the season, and it's been scholarships for young students. And the way the schedule, the season, the dates fall in place, the MIA said they could not run the Jamboree, the Paul Duchesne Jamboree. So what they have to do is they have to call it a preseason scrimmage for the teams. They can't wear their team uniforms, and they can't charge admission. They can only ask for donations. I just don't understand where the MIA is coming from. But when it suits the MIA purpose, they break the rules. Teams are playing 12-minute periods all year. Super Bowls are coming up. They're going to play the Super Bowl games at Gillette. Can't play all the games at Gillette if you're playing 12-minute periods. So they're going to cut the Super Bowl games to 10-minute periods. That's okay. You can break that rule. But you can't break the rule to run the Jamboree honoring a terrific gentleman and giving out scholarships to young players, students. Can't do that. But you can cut the Super Bowl games to 10 minutes so you can fit them all at Gillette. Zayas working hard to get another shot off, pulls it wide left. When it suits their purpose, MIA does whatever they have to do, no matter who it affects. But when it's on the other side, no, we can't do that. And they tried to throw it in, and they dropped it. Martinez was between throwing it, she lobbed it, and then she tried to kick it to her teammate, and they said, nah, you can't do that. So it's a turnover, and Carenti will get the free kick. I would think for these seniors, it's not their last soccer game. I think it's their last home game. But they're winding down their soccer season, and they'll probably never have to kick another soccer ball again. Sayers knocks it deep. Juliana Perry trying to get there. And just before she does, Flaherty gets there first and boots it away. Kebrew knocks it deep. Broken up. Nice job by Garcia. They knock it deep. Zayas trying to get there. Takes away, walking in, takes the shot. Flaherty had to make the save. Good bid by Zayas. Battling to take it away from the defender. Got a good hard shot off. Flaherty had to make a big time save. Walton will take the throw in. Substitutions for Classical. Mike Schenner, the new coach for Classical, and what an auspicious debut for Mike Schenner. Wound up with a MASH unit. Had a pretty good team to start the season. Looked like he was in good shape to have a good year. Possibly make the tournament. And then he wound up with everybody sitting next to him on the bench in street clothes. They give it to Welton for the throw-in. Blocked. English trying to take it away. Kebrew knocks it out. So we're kind of stuck down here on the left side. Welton again with the throw-in. Loose. Trying to knock it to the net. Almost walked in. I think that was Perry. She got by the defender. Looked like she was going to walk in. She couldn't get the ball on her right foot. It was off to her left. And she couldn't get control of it. Otherwise, she was going to walk in for a shot on net. English keeping it exclusively in the Classical end. Zayas with the shot, again, kind of pushes it off to the right. English keeping it in the classical end. Blocked. Tipping it ahead. Zayas is going to wind up with it. Tries to center it. Tipped by Classical. Garcia got a piece of it. She gets another piece of it. Tips it up. Flaherty will catch it on the fly with Perry bearing down on her. And they finally get it to midfield and beyond in the Classical end. In the English end, excuse me. And English just knocks it out of play. It's been down the Classical end for most of this first period, or first half. Tipped. Newsom will come out and play it and kick it away. English banged it off Classical. Now it goes out off English. Knocking it deep. Classical got a chance of getting there. They get there, they keep it in. English takes it away. And Classical knocks it out. Houston will get to kick it away. Haskell gets it by, pushing it down the far side. English breaks it up. Hebrew had it. Well, getting knocked down. They knock it ahead. It slips past. Nice little shift. They knock it deep. McGrahy gets around, looking to walk in, takes the shot, and pulled it wide left and out of play. Good bid by Izzy. Now they're saying it got tipped by English. So the corner kick for Classical coming from the far side. Out in front by everybody. They track it down. Bodies go down. They knock the Classical player down, so Classical's going to get a free kick. From about the 7-yard line. I think it's going to be Correnti. Off to the right side. Tough angle. English with their picket fence set up. Everybody going to the net. She knocks it up. Almost knocked it in. She didn't miss by much. She knocked that right dead center, and it just went over the top crossbar. Behind the net, out of play. And Newsom will kick it away. Classical knocks it deep. Newsom comes out, slides, got a piece, didn't get it. Knocked it across. Classical couldn't get it. Nobody in the net. I think that was McGaughey trying to get it. It just hit the turf and bounced away from her. She had an open net. Newsom came out of the net to get it. Couldn't get there. They knocked it out in front. There was nobody in the net. And it went from one side to the other and out of play. Now the officials are discussing who knocked it out. So it's going to be a corner kick for Classical. But they had a wide open net, and they couldn't get a foot on the ball because it bounced and skidded away from them. Just past the halfway mark and counting. Out in front by everybody. English knocks it away. Classical keeps it in. English breaks it up. Classical knocks it out. So we spent a lot of time down in the Classical end. Now we're spending almost as much time in the English end. They call McGaughey offside. She was out in front looking for that pass. Newsom will kick it away. Lead pass. McGaughey. Nice little shift. Takes the shot, knocks it over the net. She's had a few chances. She made a nice little shift. And I don't think she realized she had more time than she had because the defender went right by her when she made that little move. And she was wide open. And she hurried it just a little bit and got under it and chipped it over the net. Knocked out off English. They keep the ball in the English end. Popped up, out in front, tipped again and knocked out. English knocked it out. Classical another corner kick. So now Classical keeping it exclusively in the English end. After English did it for almost the first half of this first half. Corner kick coming from the far side. English got a piece of it, knocked it away. Classical keeps it in. Trying to knock it in front. Shot right at the far post. Newsom made the catch. She'll kick it away. Kebrew with a little bit of a shift. Bangs it off Zayas. Klasko will get the throw in. Molly Mannion again will take the throw in. McGaughey tried to knock it upfield. It got knocked out by Martinez. And Molly Mannion will do it again. And it goes out. That went out off Perry. So again, Klasko has it back in the English end. English picks off the pass. And he tried to knock it deep. Mannion deflected it, knocked it back. And right back in the English end. They knock it deep, too far ahead for McGaughey to go get it. Newsom will kick it away. Klasko keeps it in. Mannion tipped it. Klasko carries it back to the Klasko side. Knocks it upfield. Klasko has it. And they bang it out off English. English can't get the ball out of their own end. Well, substitutions for both teams. Looking for a shot. They take the shot. Newsom makes the save. I think that was McGaughey again. Newsom just got a piece of that shot and kept it out. Tipped. McGaughey tips it, looking to go get it. Takes it away. Bumping and banging going on. They let him play. Klasko keeps it in. McGaughey winds up with it again. And they finally knock it out. Rapley finally says, that's enough. Knock it out of play. Mannion will get the throw in again. Trying to center it at the side of the net. Newsom will grab it. Zayas finally knocks it into the Klasko end. And Mannion is there to knock it out of play. That's Kathleen Mannion as opposed to Molly Mannion. They get it over to Molly Mannion. Zayas takes it away. And she winds up with it. Deflected away. And deflects all the way to the goaltender, Flaherty, who kicks it away. And Klasko carries it back at the English end. Guthrie got knocked down. Klasko will get the free kick. From right at midfield. Now they're going to push it back. And that's Rapley knocking it out. And it goes out off Classical. Nice little shift. Pass picked off and knocked out of bounds by the Lady Bulldogs. So we're right back in the English end. Loose, it bounced up and got somebody on the hand or the arm. Classical's going to get another free kick. This one's another tough angle. Just about the 10-yard line. From way to the far side. Newsom got a piece. She tried to catch it, got a hand on it, tipped it over her head, out of bounds. Classical will get a corner kick. And I believe it's Correnti. Headed away by English. Out, we'll do it again from the far side. Everybody breaking to the net. Newsom got up and got two hands and slapped it away. English knocks it away. And then Classical breaks it up and takes it away. And they knock it out. Newsom went right between all the bodies out in front of the net. Just got two hands and just whacked it away. Classical gets around, trying to walk in. Rapley is there to break the play up. Classical gets it back. Trying to line up a shot. It bounces in, and it's McGaughey running right in front of Newsom. Just as the ball bounced into Newsom's lap, McGaughey ran, cut right in front of her. McGaughey working hard, knocking it away, and then English knocks it out. 7 minutes and counting left in a scoreless first half. English and Classical. This is a game. Makes no difference what the records are. You could be undefeated. You can not have a win. This is the game you want to win. This is a game that years from now you'll bump into your friends, because a lot of these girls know each other well. Some of them are friends. They play other sports against each other, so they get to know each other well. So later on, when you come to watch an English Classical game or bump into somebody anyplace, the conversation will be, remember the game we played against each other and we beat you, or I beat you, or you beat me? The bragging rights on the line. Garcia will kick it away. Hebrew knocks it deep the other way. It skipped past Rapley. Houston was going to come all the way out to get it. That was going to be too far for her to come. Classical heads it up They knock it loose. Now Newsom can come out and get the ball, and she'll kick it away. It skips past Classical. Perry knocks it up. Classical takes it away. And it went out off Classical. And Classical couldn't keep it in. It went out again. Final 5 minutes. Normally they shut the clock off and the officials run it down the field, but they're letting the clock run. English trying to keep it in play. Classical picks it off. Nice little shift. Still coming. Lead pass. Classical out in front. Trying to walk in. Classical knocked. English knocked it out. McGaughey was knocking it in. Wide open net. And Rapley came over and picked it just before it crossed the line. They get out in front. They beat everybody. They took the shot. It got deflected out in front. McGaughey just tapped it into the open net. And all of a sudden, Rapley became the goaltender and came over and just knocked it out before it crossed the line. Unbelievable play by Raven Rapley. The English player is down, and with 3:39 left in the scoreless first half, we got a timeout. We hope the young lady is going to be okay. I didn't get her number. We'll find out. She went down, and they actually carried her off. They got her on the sidelines. Let's just hope that she's going to be okay. Mike Shannon was talking to one of the officials. They're getting set to kick the ball to get back into play, but she's over on the sideline, but she's not that far away out of play. So let's just pray that she gets up and she's okay. That was a crazy play. It got popped loose. Classical walked in. They got the shot. It got deflected from the far side across the front of the net. McGaughey was right out in front. All she had to do was just tap it into the open net, and Classical was going to be ahead 1-0. And she tried to tap it in the net, and all of a sudden, here comes Rapley over to become the goaltender, and just before it crossed the line, she knocked it away. And she had the presence of mind to knock it away with her foot, not her hand, because that would have been a penalty shot. So they're holding up while they're working on the young lady way across the far side. Mike Shannon, the coach, is over there with her. And I think they're trying to communicate with her parents, her family. So we surely hope she's going to be okay. I think one of the parents or relatives are going over, are going to make their way over there. But you don't like to see this with anybody, but especially the home team. And they're holding it up hoping she's going to be okay while they work on her.
News people are terrible.
We're back to soccer, but our thoughts and our prayers go out to the young lady, and I apologize. The classical numbers are almost impossible to pick up, even when they're right in front, but when they're clear across field. I mean, a couple of guys in the press box had binoculars, and they couldn't find out what the number was. So we don't know who it was. They came over with the maintenance man, the DPW guy, the worker that's here. He got the go-kart. They picked her up and drove her out. Hebrew was looking to tip it upfield. She sliced it way over to the far side and went out of play. English will get the throw in down deep. Osco boots it upfield. McGuire looking for it, couldn't get it. They knock it back. Kebrew almost lost it, got it back, man. Nice little shift. Trying to knock it deep. Klasko gets around one defender. They knock it deep. McGuire trying to walk in. She got a foot on it, but she was getting bumped as she was trying to get the shot off, and all she would do was tip it right to Newson. McGuire's had a few chances. And here she comes again, knocking it ahead. Rapley gets there and breaks it up. And then Rapley knocks it out. Klasko will get a corner kick as we're in the final 2 minutes and counting. Skips right by everybody. English knocks it away. Klasko trying to knock it to the net. Rapley knocks it away. They get it. It wound up over the hands of Newson. McGuire was there again. And her shot got blocked. Klasko's done everything but put the ball in the net. The shot came from the far side. Newson went up, missed it. It went over her head. McGuire was there again. And just as she was lining up the shot, it got blocked. McGuire's been all over the field. Corner kick coming from the near side, and before they take it, I thought they blew the whistle and said that was it. And they did. So they blow the whistle to end the half. And we ended the half the same way we started the half, dead even. English nothing, Classical nothing at halftime. Set to start the second half, we found out it was Delaney Dana. She's the daughter of the St. Mary's very successful baseball coach. So our thoughts and our prayers go out to Delaney. Hopefully she'll be okay. They're going to take her to the Salem Hospital just to be absolutely sure. So let's hope everything turns out well. Zero, English and Classical as we start the second half. headed away. And lost out of bounds by English. Teams took turns. The first half of the first half, English kept it exclusively in the classical end. They didn't get any real testers off. They got a couple of shots, wide right, wide left, over the net. Couple that Flaherty was able to make saves on. And then the last part of the half, classical kind of dominated, kept it in the English end. And they had a couple of big-time plays. McGuire especially had a couple of opportunities. She had one where the net was open and she didn't get it, got the side of her foot on it, tipped it wide. And then near the end of the half, the pass came across. She had a wide open net. All she had to do was tip it into the net, and she did tip it. And when she tipped it, the goaltender was out of the net, way out of the net. That's why she had the entire net to shoot at. And Rapley came over and at the last second became the goaltender and just knocked it away before the ball crossed the line. Everybody thought the ball was in. Rapley said, no, it's not. And McGuire got squashed again. She had a few chances. She had a terrific first half, working hard with scoring opportunities. Zayas had it knocked away. English took it away. Zayas with it. Gets around, trying to walk in. Couldn't get a good shot off. Kebrew was bothering her. She was taking the shot. She made a nice move to get around, and as she was just lining up the shot, Kebrew stepped over and got a piece of her foot, and the shot went wide left. As Zayas is up, favoring that left ankle, trying to run it off. She's going to take the corner kick from the far side. Out in front, headed away. Classical clears it away, and it went out off English. We're 4 minutes into the second half, and you get the impression that if anybody scores, it's going to be a huge. Everybody giving it that proverbial 110%, but they just can't get it in the net. And Classical had to be really frustrated, especially on that last play near the end when Rapley had to come over and make the play with the goaltender out of the net. They tip it around, but English picks it off and knocks it to the net. They knock it deep. McGaughey's got a chance. And she knocked it too far. It goes out of play. She was trying to track down the long pass. She got to it, tipped it, and just tipped it too far and it went out of play. But she got involved again. Mackenzie Shea punched it forward. And she just couldn't get there to get control of the ball. Classical's been about a step and a half away from taking the lead in this game. Kebrew trying to knock it deep. It got blocked, and English knocked it out. Perry got a head on it. Kebrew knocks it back the other way. Bounces loose. Here's McGaughy again. Stepping between two defenders. She has the ball. Keeping it alive, trying to center it. Knocked away. Couldn't get a good hard shot. Had to rush it because the defender was coming up. And English knocks it out. Classical again putting pressure on English. As back and forth we go. English knocks it out. Zayas with it. Knocks it deep, looking for Perry breaking. Perry's out in front. But Flaherty gets there first. She didn't kick it fast. She just kind of popped it up in the air. But there was nobody else there but Perry, so they couldn't take advantage. Classical gets by. Down deep, trying to throw it out in front. English got a piece of it and kept it alive. And knocked it away. And now it goes out, and Classical's going to get a corner kick. Coming from the far side, they didn't like the soccer ball, so they changed it. Everybody break into the net, and they knock it up on top of the net. And Newsom will kick it away. Skips past everybody. Perry hustling. Manning gets there first. It's knocked away. Page winds up getting knocked down. They knock it deep. McGuire kept it in. And then it got knocked out by Welton. Kathleen Mannion will take the throw in. And it's going to go out of play. It'll be Garcia kicking it away. Eagles trying to knock it deep. Page swung and missed. She gets it back, trying to control it. Trying to knock it deep. Shea trying to keep it in. Does, but English takes it away. Classical just kept it in. Now they say it went out. Headed away a couple of times. And English is going to let it go out of play. That was Shea trying to knock it by and go get it. Headed by Klasko, but they hit it the wrong way. Keebler winds up with it. Couple of nice shifts. She was going to give it up. Now she takes it back. Tipped by they called him offside. That was McGaughey again. Newson is going to kick it away. Keeper got a piece of it. Klasko winds up with it. Manny trying to tip it back. It got blocked by Perry. It got knocked out by Perry. Klasko's going to get a free kick. Kathleen Mannion will take it. Everybody picking a partner. He drills it. It got tipped. So Newson tipped off a head, I think, of English. So Newson went over the side of the net and got it. She boots it away. They knock it deep. Perry looking to get there. Good hustle by Perry to keep it in. Zayas. They tip it up. Perry looking to go get it. Coming out of the net is Flaherty to fall on it at the side of the net. Hold on. And she'll kick it away. Good hustle by Perry to get there, keep it in, and make a play. It's going to go by and out of play. Off Klasko. They knock it deep. Klasko's there, knock it out of play. It's been a full day here at Manning Field. St. Mary's girls celebrated a 3-2 win over Williams, which officially put them in the state tournament. Klasko got somewhat satisfaction. They were losing 1-0. With about 20 seconds left, the boys, they got a free kick from the 5-yard line from a tough angle way over on the far side. Soto ripped it right to the dead center of the net, and a whole pile of players out in front. And somebody got a piece of it or got a head on it and knocked it in the net, and Klasko wound up with a 1-1 tie when it looked like they were going to get shut out for the second straight time by English. And they called Klasko offside. So those were the first two games that were barn burners. St. Mary scored on a penalty kick late by Emily Egan. After Williams had scored on a penalty kick to start the game. Kayla Demers got 2. Egan got a goal. Eliza Brown made a couple of big-time saves, especially on the penalty kick. With the score tied at 2, she blocked the penalty kick that would have given Williams a 3-2 lead. And then the penalty kick by Egan won the game. And then it was Lazo for English. He got the goal, deflecting it off the goaltender of the net in the second half to make it 1-0 English. And then that free kick with about 20 seconds or less in the game tied it at 1. And now with a barn burner here at 0-0. Garcia boots it away. So it's been a full day of soccer. It's been a good day of soccer. Very good games. They tip it ahead, too far ahead for Mackenzie Shea. English tipped it up a couple of times. Glasgow looking to get possession. Kathleen Mannion. It got knocked out, I think, by Monger. Mackenzie Shea couldn't get there before Garcia. And now Zayas, who's back in the game. Little shift, still with it. Knocking it to the near side. Mannion got a head on it. Tip to Mackenzie Shea. Couldn't get around. Perry just took it away. But then Kebrew picks off the pass. Garcia does the same for English. Off Carenti's foot. And it gets knocked out by Klaskal. And we're going to get a timeout. So we're just under 22 minutes left in this Thanksgiving in October game, English and Klaskal. English nothing, Klaskal nothing. We got a timeout. Out of the timeout, it's been back and forth. Both teams have had it each other's end. Glasgow's had much better scoring opportunities than English has. Rapley made the play of the day, keeping English off the board, becoming the goaltender. Fighting for the ball. Garcia ran into one of the Glasgow players, took them down. Glasgow will get the free kick. Off ahead. And it goes out. And are they getting a free kick? I don't know if there was contact or the official is over talking to the Glasgow coach and the Glasgow bench for some reason. The free kick is going to come from midfield. There must have been contact or somebody touched the ball. Tipped around. Glasgow trying to control. They tip it. Tipped up. Out in front. Newson made the save anyway, but they waited a long time to blow the whistle and say timeout. Mike Senna, the coach, is out there screaming at the official. They waited till McGaughy walked in, got the shot. Newson made the save anyway, but they blew the whistle. They waited a long time. Now Newson kicks it out of bounds. But McGaughy again, getting loose for a scoring opportunity. And here she comes again, broken up. And cleared away. Zayas banged it out. They double team Zayas almost anytime she touches the ball. English knocks it deep. Keebler winds up with it. Kathleen Mannion keeps it in. And they knock. I think it's Guthrie knocked down. Might have been Molly Mannion. The kick will come from midfield. Mannion knocks it deep. Newsom will come out right ahead of McGuire. Was right on top of her when she caught the ball. Waterman broken up, pushes it away. Garcia knocks it deep. Carenti knocks it to the far side. Haskell saves it. And they knock it out off English. Good hustle by Glasgow. "15 minutes and counting in a 0-0 game. We played this long, a full game, a half, and 25 minutes of the second half, and neither team has scored. It was 0-0 the first game, and right now it's 0-0 here. They knock it deep. Rapley gets there first and knocks it away. And then it goes out, and Glasgow's going to get a corner kick. Out in front, Newsom got a piece and knocked it away. Zayas with it. Knocks it upfield. It's going to go out of play. Perry trying to get by, can't. Haskell knocks it deep. Bounced off McGuire. Now she tips it by, but Garcia gets there first and knocks it out of play. McGuire once again almost making a play. Page with the throw-in. Bouncing loose, the shot. It goes wide. Newsom, I think, got a piece of it. They knocked it to the net. Newsom dove. I think it was going to go wide anyway, but Newsom wanted to make sure. She touched it. It went wide, out of play. And Glasgow will get a corner kick from the far side. They knock it home. Molly Mannion. Corner kick. a scrum out in front. Nobody could get a piece of it. And there's Molly Mannion standing there saying, I'll take it. And she kicked it in. Good corner kick by Correnti. She put it right in front of the net. I have to correct myself. I know Molly Mannion is very happy that I mentioned her name, but Mary Collins was the one that knocked it in. From long range, Flaherty caught that almost, it bounced up, rolled right around her forehead, up around her head, and almost went over her head. And she grabbed the loose ball and kicked it away. And she gets there right ahead of Juliana Perry. So in that scrum, it was Mary Collins, 3, not 2, that knocked it in. And they're fairly similar with the blonde locks. So English now has to play catch up in the last 10 minutes and counting. Zayas trying to knock it deep. Mannion knocks it away. Waterman with it. Blocked by Zayas. Kebrew tips it away and knocks it deep. Newsom will come out of the net and play it out past the 5-yard line. That's going to bounce over almost everybody. Page knocks it away. English knocks it deep. Correnti is there, knocking it down. And Glasgow kept it in, but English takes it away. And they just ran over Glasgow. Waterman banged it off McCoy's foot. They tip it. Another foot race. Newsom gets there first. Headed away by Molly Mannion. Actually, that's Mary Collins. Again. Deflected by English. McGaughey gets there first. Broken up. Glasgow winds up with it. They knock it to the net. Newsom makes the easy save. She'll kick it away. Off the side of the foot. And it's going to go out of bounds. Kathleen Mannion will take the throw in. Skips past everybody. They knock it deep, looking for Perry. She gets there. Trying to get around Kebrew. She got the pass off, set it, going right to the net. But nobody could get there before Anna Flaherty picked off the would-be pass and kicked it away. Perry has played well. Zayas has played well. Garcia, Rapley have played well. English has played very well, team-wise. Houston's been good in net. She had no chance on the goal. McGaughey and Kebrew and Page, Carenti back defensively. McGaughey offensively. Collins, of course, with the goal. Shea has played well. It's been a good. Both teams have played well. Rapley made the play of the day with the great save when it was still 0-0. It skips past. Perry saves it and keeps it in. And then Waterman comes over and knocks it out. Zayas with it. Garcia tips it ahead. Glasgow takes it away as we're down to the last 5 minutes and counting. And they blew the whistle for something, and Mike Shannon, the coach, is not happy again. He's on the sideline really not happy with the official. This is going to be one of those drop balls, like hockey. Center it, face off. I'm not sure why that takes place, but Coach Shannon was not happy with the call. Glasgow tipping it ahead. They try to throw it out in front. It got blocked. Glasgow will get a corner kick. Coming from the far side. Time winding down on the Bulldogs. Newson and a whole neighborhood of players picked it off. Surrounded by a whole lot of white and green and gold shirts. She caught it and threw it upfield. English trying to knock it deep. They knock it by. That was Zayas almost getting a break. Kebrew just got a foot in and knocked it away. They pop it up. Flaherty come out and play it on a hop. Time winding down on the Lady Rams. Haskell knocks it by. Rapley takes it away. Glasgow gets there and takes it back. They center it out in front. It's knocked away. That was McGaughey again, working hard in the corner against Rapley. Not much time left. Mary Collins, the goal, the difference off that corner kick. They knock it deep. Page gets it. Deflected and out. Now the turnover gives it back to Classical. We'll have a substitution first. So with Lynn Classical holding on, if they do, it'll be their second win of the season, and it will be the biggest win of the season because it's coming against arch rival English. And they'll have the bragging rights because they'll have a win and a tie. Collins with a nice little shift. Knocked away by Welton. Welton and Rapley. Garcia have played well. Zayas. Juliana Perry. Glasgow has it where they want it in the English end. Knocked out off McGaughy. Deflected upfield. Glasgow with a break to the far side. And Glasgow's going to knock it out. Time winding down on Classical's senior night. They're going to get a win over arch rival English off the goal by Mary Collins. English was kind of hoping for a miracle like the Classical boys got against the English boys with a goal with about 20 seconds or maybe even less left in the game to tie it at 1. And that's what English needs right now, a miracle. Classical knocks it away. And it bounced up. I got Classical in the hand. English will get a free kick. Garcia will take it. English got to get a little giddy up in their step. Not a lot of time left. Kebrew with a rush. Broken up. And she gets it back. Broken up again. Tipping it away. Classical trying to look for a goal. All I have to do is just knock it deep and keep it in the English end. They knock it deep. Perry trying to get there. Great hustle by Perry. She kept it in. Classical knocked it away. Perry was all by herself. Perry again working hard. Mannion knocks it away. Kebrew does the right thing, knocking it upfield. Classical has it in the English end. They knock it deep, and that's where they want it. They blow the whistle and that's it. Classical out to celebrate. Their goaltender, Anna Flaherty, gets the shutout. Classical gets only their second win, but it's a big one because it comes against arch rival English. Mary Collins gets the 1 goal in the second half. English played outstanding. Rapley made the play of the day, stopping a shot that was going in the net. She became the goaltender. McGaughey was all over the field with chances. Zayas played well. Perry played well for English. The defense, outstanding for Classical. And Classical gets their second win of the year. They get it by a score of 1-0 over arch rival English. They wind up with a win and a tie against the Lady Bulldogs. They're over to congratulate Mike Shenner, their coach. Classical will go to 2-9-4. English will drop to 3-13-1. English will have one more game their senior night here on Wednesday night. Classical has a few more. I think those are coming on the road, but they have. They win it tonight. Mary Collins gets the goal. They win it 1-0 over arch rival English, and they take advantage for the season. A win and a tie against their arch rivals, the Lady Bulldogs. So 1-0 Classical over English. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.